Southeast Asia and South Asia comprise heterogeneous groups of countries. The pace and quality of development is uneven across the region. Such uneven development leads, for instance, to different outlooks on greater trade integration and delays in evolution of integrated trade architecture. In some areas, economic relationships are competitive, and many economic factors resist greater openness. Another example is the increasingly contrasting demographic structure between South Asia and certain parts of Southeast Asia. In theory, the young populations in South Asia make it a major source of labor reserve for some of the Asian, including Southeast Asian countries with aging populations like Singapore. But the movement of labor will always be politically contentious. Our challenge is therefore to make diversity productive, to find common challenges where a collaborative approach benefits all. For instance, several parts of Southeast Asia and South Asia face common challenges, such as the scarcity of water and environmental degradation, and the need for clean energy, infrastructure, and human resources development. The two regions can work together to develop solutions tailored to meet the unique demands of countries in both regions. A major avenue for cooperation in this respect is to conceive models for increasing land connectivity between the two regions. Efficient land use will greatly increase people-to-people contact and also enhance economic activity. However, a critical challenge to overcome in this respect is the relative lack of coordination between South Asian states themselves, which is critical for progressing across regional transport infrastructure. A more cohesive and well-knit South Asia will be desirable in this regard. From a larger strategic perspective, the Indian Ocean and its adjoining stretches such as the South China Sea are becoming increasingly important global strategic spaces given their large trade volumes, particularly for energy-intensive products. Greater economic prosperity in Asia will enhance the strategic dimensions of these maritime spaces. The region is drawing the attention of key players in the international community. The presence of US and Europe in the East Asia Summit is an illustration of this. The strategic balance is important to Southeast Asia, and as a benign regional power, Southeast Asia will have to practice open regionalism and engage all parties. So in short, despite the difficulties and challenges, we can expect both strategic and economic engagement to deepen between South and Southeast Asia. It is my hope that Singapore can play a catalytic role to further strengthen the linkages between the two regions. Historically, Singapore was an entrepot port that connected South Asia and Southeast Asian trade routes. As the careful work of scholars like Professor Tan Tai Yok shows, Singapore was playing the role of an early emporium for trade between these two regions, even before the arrival of the Stanford Raffles in 1890. In 1946, Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru of India paid Singapore a great tribute when he said, I quote, "Singapore will become the place where Asian unity is forged," unquote. As a small outward-looking country, Singapore should contribute towards facilitating the flow of ideas, of knowledge, capital, technology, and development experiences between the two regions. In specific areas like skills and vocational training, wastewater and urban management, Singapore can be a catalyst for change. I hope Singapore develops as a springboard for South Asia's engagement with Southeast Asia as well as the rest of Asia. Given the diversity of both regions, the interests of countries will diverge on certain issues. It is important that countries from both regions get to articulate and understand this divergent viewpoints and find areas of common interest where we can work together for the benefit of all. This, of course, is never an easy task, and this is where institutes like ISA can play an important role. ISA, as a Southeast Asian institute working on South Asia, is ideally poised to highlight different aspects of strategic engagement between the two regions. ISA can also play a vital role in fostering mutual understanding between the two regions, seed new ideas, and build lasting links through events like the successful inaugural South Asian Diaspora Convention, which was held in Singapore a few months ago.